Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai Nitai Sachisundara Nitai Sachisundara Nitai Sachisundara Jaya Nitai Sachisundara Nitai Sachisundara Nitai Sachisundara Nitai Sachisundara Jaya Nitai Sachisundara Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Prabhupada 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Ananda Goti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Hari Hari Bol. Okay, so let me see if Ahmed is coming. One moment. That's my mobile. Let me text him, because I forgot to send out a message today, but usually we are always on. Ahmed. Okay. Let's see what happens. So what shall we? Let's have a look what we shall discuss tonight. What we shall discuss. Bhagavad Gītā. Okay, we'll find everything. I'll share the screen. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We're reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gītā, 16th chapter, text 4. Dampo darpo bimanascha krota parushyam evacha agyanam chapicha tasya parta sampadam asurim. So here in this chapter, Lord Sri Krishna is describing the divine and demoniac natures. Divine and demoniac natures. Translation: pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to those of demoniac nature. O son of Pritha. So we have some bad qualities described here. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In this verse, the royal road to hell is described. The demoniac want to make a show of religion and advancement in spiritual science. Also, they do not follow the principles. They're always arrogant or proud in possessing some type of education or so much wealth. They desire to be worshipped by others and demand respectability. Also, they do not command respect. Over trifles, they become very angry and speak harshly, not gently. They do not know what should be done and what should not be done. They do everything whimsically according to their own desire, and they do not recognize any authority. These demoniac qualities are taken on by them from the beginning of their bodies in the wombs of their mothers, and as they grow, they manifest all these inauspicious qualities. Well, here we got some clear description of the demonic nature of the living entities, and very interesting to say, from the very childhood on, they exhibiting these demoniac qualities from the beginning of their bodies, in the womb, even in the womb of their mother. Because Lord Krishna also says that the lowest of mankind, he casts them in demoniac species of life, again and again and again. So, rather than dwelling on the demoniac qualities, let's see what are the qualities of the devotees are. Devotees don't make a show of religion. We should not make a show of religion or advancement in spiritual life. Why? Because devotees are humble. Trinada pisu nichena, Torora pisa hishnuna, amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Devotees are humble. More humble than the straw in the street, shikshastikam. More tolerant than a tree. Giving respect to everyone and not expecting respect for ourselves. So that's the qualities of the devotees. This shikshastikam verse of Trinada Pisu Nichena, Srila Prabhupada says she should be like a necklace around our neck. Why like a necklace around our neck? Because a necklace around our neck is always there. It's a constant reminder. It's always present, like our neck beads. We don't take them off even when we are in the shower. So the neck beads are always on our neck. And there's this beautiful story where Srila Prabhupada found or pointed out one devotee, he wasn't wearing neck beads. So Srila Prabhupada said, "Where are your neck beads?" The devotee said, "They're broke. I'll string them later on today." And Srila Prabhupada said, "If you would know how dangerous it is to be without neck beads, you would shake in your boots." Very strong words. And at another occasion, when Srila Prabhupada was coming back from a morning walk, and there was one Mataji, which she had taken Gurukul children out, or she was just going out in the opposite direction. So Srila Prabhupada saw her, and they met on the pavement, and he immediately said, "Why does that one child, or children, maybe all of them, don't have neck beads?" And he said, "You should immediately go back and make sure everyone has neck beads." So it is so important, because these neck beads can save us in the moment of greatest need. Without neck beads, Yamadutas come and they don't understand, here's a devotee of the Lord. Okay, come to the place of Yamaraj, and we'll be in great difficulties and anxiety of being dragged in front of Yamaraj. But if we have neck beads, then the Yamadutas say, "See, here is a person with neck beads. That must be a devotee. We will not even approach him. So, this Shikshastakam verse should be worn like neck beads, always around our neck. So we can always remember this verse and meditate on the qualities of humility, of tolerance, and of no arrogance. So here's a demoniac. They're always arrogant. They're so proud of their education, of their wealth, and sometimes even devotees can also become proud. Becoming proud of some acquired knowledge. So we have to be very careful, particularly devotees on the neophyte platform. They accumulating some knowledge, theoretical knowledge, book knowledge, which is important. Not realized knowledge. Realized knowledge will not make one proud. But if the knowledge is just memorizing, so to speak, then it is quite possible on the neophyte platform we're becoming proud. We think, oh, we have become such learned, great devotees. And Srila Prabhupada mentions also that sometimes devotees become proud and they think they have become more than their spiritual master. So that is a very dangerous thing. So we should always keep ourselves in a humble, ignorant way. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was asked by Prakashananda Saraswati, why are you chanting and dancing so emotionally in the street? Why don't you just study Vedanta like we do? And he said, my spiritual master thought of me as a great fool. And he said, you just chant this Hare Krishna mantra. And I chanted this Hare Krishna mantra. I'm not fit for studying Vedanta. So I just chanting and I feel great ecstasy and it makes me dance and chant and laugh and cry. And so I went to my spiritual master. What mantra have you given me? It drives me mad. And Ishvara Puri said, very good, very good. This madness, that is very much desired. So we can feel ourselves ignorant. Even so we have theoretical knowledge, we should feel ourselves ignorant to guard against becoming proud or arrogant. It is said that Krishna does not tolerate any pride in his devotees. That's very important. Sooner or later, Krishna will cut down that pride, and it will be very painful. So better not to develop that pride, better to safeguard that we don't cultivate some pride, or some pride slips in, seemingly unrecognized. Before we know, we think we have become so wonderful scholar and so learned. Because this is very dangerous. And wealth, of course, the demonic, they're also very proud of their wealth and of their education. So even if we have a high education, we must keep ourselves very humble. Never mind high education. High education generally refers to material education. But even if we have spiritual education, again, same point, we becoming learned more and more. We can recite Sanskrit verses. We know the meaning. We're learning Sanskrit and we're becoming very knowledgeable. But we should very much guard against pride and arrogance. Then the next point here, Srila Prabhupada says, the demonic said, the desire to be worshipped by others. Oh, you're such a great man. You're so learned. They like to be flattered, so to speak. Of course, flattering has its place also. And Srila Prabhupada tells us, if we going to a very learned, proud gentleman for soliciting some donation, then we can flatter that gentleman. Flatter him. Say, you so a great personality, you are so learned, you're such a great devotee, you have the quality of a king. Oh, and that person will think, oh, yes, so finally someone recognizes my qualities, and his heart will become a bit soft. And then the devotee will say, but whatever you have learned, forget it all. Just worship the beautiful Lord Gauranga and chant this mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in that way, flattery could be used. That's one thing of using flattery, but of desiring to be flattered and to be worshipped by others. Or we may even become a spiritual master, even having many disciples. And all the disciples will speak so very nicely of us and praising us. So that is a very dangerous position. We should be very careful to pass on any honor, any worship, any respect. We're passing that on to our spiritual master or to Krishna. It's not for us. We stay as a humble devotee, and we don't take any worship personally. Then, here Srila Prabhupada writes, and the demoniacs demand respectability. Also, they do not command respect. They want to be respected. There's a saying, respect, we should command respect, not demand respect. Demand respect means you must respect me. I'm a senior devotee. I, having been around much longer than you, and I'm a sannyasi even. So you must respect me. No, we cannot demand respect. Command respect means we're behaving in such a way that people automatically will respect us. Through our qualities we have developed in Krishna consciousness, people, others, devotees will automatically respect us. And even non-devotees, so seeing a genuine devotee, they naturally will respect that person. So that is, again, the Shikshastakam prayers. Amanina manadena. We should give respect to everyone. Appropriately, we give respect, but we don't demand respect. Very often, people, if they don't get respected, they stop giving respect. But that's not the position of a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava, if I get respect back or not, I will give respect. Because there is Krishna as a super soul in everybody's heart. And why should we not offer respect? And for ourselves, we don't need to be respected. In the prayers of Kunti Devi, same thing. She expressed the same thing. I don't mind if you treat me harshly, if the whole world is not favorable to me. All I really care is of seeing you and being in your presence. So make me do whatever you need to do to form me in such a way that I will reach your divine abode. So that are the prayers of Kunti Devi. So we pray like that. There's a nice story of a potter. He took a lump of clay, and in order to make some pottery, some pot, you have to take that lump of clay and you smash it on your pottery wheel, on the potter's wheel, to get the air out, to make it soft. You pick it up and smash it down, pick it up and smash it down, and the lump of clay, he was saying, what are you doing? You're throwing me down on this wheel, and then you're picking me up and throwing me down again. That's very hurtful. And the potter said, do not mind, just wait, what will become of you? And then he took that lump of clay on the wheel and he started to turn that wheel. And again the clay said, oh, it's going around and around, I'm getting sick, stop it, stop it, stop it. And the potter says, you just wait, what will become of you? Then, as the clay pot was formed, he took it in the oven, which was very, very hot. And the pot screamed, I cannot stand this heat any longer, take me out, take me out. And the potter, again, he said, you just wait, what will become of you? And he took him out after some time. And then he put some glaze on the pot. And the pot, he screamed, that smells for chemicals. What are you doing? Why are you doing that to me? And the potter said, you just wait patiently. And then he put him again in the oven at even a higher temperature. And then the poor pot, he screamed even more. Take me out, I'm dying. Why are you so horrible to me? Then after some time, he took the pot out. And the pot sighed relief off. Finally, so why are you doing all that? And then the potter took a mirror and held it in front of the pot. And that pot, who was just a common piece of clay, he saw there was a beautiful pot in the mirror image with many colors and glittering in the glaze and wonderful, beautiful. And he asked, that is me? And the potter said, yes, that is you. I had to get you through a lot of pain and discomfort, but now you are perfect. So that is an interesting story with our life as well. We may go through a lot of pain, but if we leave it up to Krishna, please do whatever you need to do to get rid of my ahankara, of my false ego, of my pride, of my arrogance, and to make me just fit to enter into your divine abode. So Prakash, you're still here, but nobody else. We will go on a little bit more if you can stay a little bit more. Not too much. And then if Amit or nobody else comes, then we'll stop there. Okay. Then Srila Prabhupada writes further. Over trifles, little things, they become very angry and speak harshly, not gently. So we're drawing out here of all these demonic qualities, we're drawing out some beautiful opposites. We're drawing out devotional qualities. So the demonics, they speak harshly, not gently. A devotee is very gentle. Although, when we have to preach, we may use some stronger language. Like Srila Prabhupada, he very often says, these rascals. Some people, particularly from an Indian background, who are normally gentle by nature, they find that very offending. So Srila Prabhupada speaks rascal and foolish. But Srila Prabhupada explains, I am not saying rascal, muta, donkey mentality, madman. I'm not saying that. Krishna is saying that in Bhagavad Gītā. And indeed, Krishna is using these words. So Srila Prabhupada said, what's my fault? I'm just repeating what Lord Krishna is saying. And that's our position. We don't say anything independently. We're saying what we have heard Lord Krishna saying in Bhagavad Gītā. And generally, a devotee is not harsh. He's very soft. And he is very gentle. There is a rule for a devotee. He is very strict with himself, but very lenient with others. Of course, if we have to teach, if we are in a position of spiritual master or teacher, for that purpose, we have to be strict and not, we have to point out what is undesirable and what is desirable. But generally, devotees have that quality of gentleness. And here again, Srila Prabhupada writes, they, the demonics, they do not know what should be done and what should not be done. So let's take the opposite. A devotee knows exactly what should be done and what should not be done. A devotee is fixed up. And Srila Prabhupada often explains there is some do's and some do-nots, don'ts. So there are prohibitions like the four regulative principles: no meat, no fish, no eggs, no gambling, no intoxication, including tea and coffee, and no illicit sexual connections to women, also opposite sex. So these are the don'ts, the principles we have to strictly adhere to. It may be difficult at the beginning, and we may fall down from that position from time to time, but in due course of time, if we carefully chant the Hare Krishna mantra, we become spiritually strong. And any fall down will be less and less and less until we are so much fixed in Krishna consciousness, there is no more fall down. We, with ease, with naturals, principles, these four principles becoming like second nature, first nature, in fact. So devotees know what should not be done. And devotees also know what should be done. What should be done? And many missing that point also, what should be done. Yes, we should worship the deity in the temple very nicely. We should offer our foodstuff to the Lord. Anything we eat, we take. But we should also engage in enlightening, helping others. We should take responsibility of others to become Krishna conscious. So that's very important. So we call it, generally we call it preaching. So that preaching spirit, that mood of Srila Prabhupada, we have to pick up. If we don't, we're neglecting the order of the spiritual master. And it means we don't know what should be done. We may know what should not be done, but we have to know what should be done. And preaching, helping others in their Krishna consciousness, not only helping, taking responsibility of others' spiritual progress. That should be done. It's an important part of Krishna consciousness. If we miss that point, we're missing something very essential, and our progress will be checked. Our progress, our own progress in Krishna consciousness. Why? Because we don't show compassion and mercy. People are suffering everywhere. So we have to show compassion and mercy by introducing them or even tricking them to Krishna consciousness. Today I had a very interesting experience. There was one lady knocking on the door, and I opened, yes, what can I do for you? And she said, do you have some mala, chanting mala? I asked, what is it for? She said, I want to chant Vaheguru. Vaheguru is a mantra within the Sikh religion community. So she said, if I chant Vaheguru, if I chant on beats, she said, with the fingers, then there are some pressure points on the fingers, which is true also. But that's not why we chant on beats. We chant on beats because it's the order of our spiritual master. So she said, I'm going on a flight to Las Vegas shortly, and I thought maybe you have some beats. I said, yes, we have some beats, and I know your mantra, Vaheguru. Va stands for Vasudev, He stands for Hari, the Chi is for Govinda, and the Ru is for Ram. Not all Sikhs know that. That is some deeper esoteric meaning. Others, they know in the Guru Granth Sahib, the scripture, there is the mention of Ram, but they're saying that Ram has nothing to do with that Hindu Ram. So they don't have that much knowledge, because they're very basic mantra. Vaheguru speaks of Hari, Govinda, Ram. So I said, you chant Vaheguru very nicely. And she asked, are there 108 beats? Yes, there are 108 beats. But you also chant the Hare Krishna mantra. I said, do you know the Hare Krishna mantra? And she wasn't that sure. So I had an invitation leaflet with the Hare Krishna mantra written on the back. I said, here is a mantra. Chant the mantra and then chant Vaheguru, and then Hare Krishna mantra and Vaheguru, and you will get the greatest benefit. She said, yes, when I chant mantra, then my mind gets fixed, because my mind is out of control. It is all over the place. So that chanting, I hope, will help me to control my mind. I said, it definitely will help you, particularly if you chant that Hare Krishna mantra. I didn't tell her, don't chant Vaheguru. I said, you chant Vaheguru. She was attached to that. But also add the Hare Krishna mantra in between. So she said, I will do that. So that is natural. If we come across a situation where there is an opportunity to introduce Krishna consciousness, like we said, lady, an opportunity to introduce a Hare Krishna mantra, we should immediately take to it and not think, oh, maybe I will offend her, or it's not my right to tell her anything. No, it's our duty to immediately take the opportunity and speak about Krishna and inducing others to chant Hare Krishna. So here more, we are almost at the end of the purport. Say the demoniac do everything whimsically, according to their own desire, and they do not recognize any authority. So, taking the opposite meaning, again, here also, devotees don't do anything whimsically. At the beginner's level, at the neophyte stage, we may do certain things whimsically, meaning out of sentiment. We have to be very careful not to be led by sentiment. That is not a very stable position, because sentiment is sent means senses, and ment is mental, mind. So sentiment refers to the mind and the senses. So that is very important. Devotees don't do things out of sentiment, mind and senses, but they're following authority. So very important, not to be on the sentimental platform, but to be under the authority of the spiritual master. And the demonics that don't recognize any authority. That's important to note. We, as devotees, a devotee is always under authority, in whatever position he is. Authority is very important. And if we have a spiritual master and have surrendered to a spiritual master, then we're recognizing his authority. We don't do anything whimsically. By being trained properly in devotional service and by regularly chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and by, of course, most importantly, by accepting a spiritual master. There needs to be said something as well. Accepting a spiritual master, there are many reasons why people accepting a spiritual master. Some accepting a spiritual master out of social considerations, because my friends are all initiated. They have a spiritual master, but I don't have, so I feel inferior. So let me also get initiated so I have a better social status. That is not a reason for taking initiation at all. We should very much safeguard against this, out of any social, political, or other reasons. Or maybe we might be thinking, if I get initiated, then I will be higher up than those devotees who are not initiated. So these are all the wrong reasons of aspiring for initiation and accepting a spiritual master. So one has to be very careful in this regard as well. Carrying on at the end of Srila Prabhupada's purport, These demoniac qualities are taken on by them from the beginning. Yes, we spoke about that. Even from within the womb. And as Srila Prabhupada writes, and as they grow, the child, they manifest all these inauspicious qualities. So how can such persons be saved and brought in contact with Krishna consciousness? Yes, they can be. Of course, some people who are outright demons, we should avoid, particularly on the lower stages of devotional service. On the higher stages, like Srila Prabhupada could even turn a demonic person into a devotee. But generally, if we are on the middle stage, the Madhyama stage, then we can see the pious people, we can see the innocent, we can see those who are inimical towards the Lord. We can distinguish. And we can see, of course, the Lord. And so we, preaching to the innocent people, mostly people are innocent. They're not, even though it appears like they have some demonic qualities and they don't follow the principles and they eating meat and they're doing all the sinful habits. That does not mean necessarily they are demonic, even though these are demonic qualities. But we have to see in a person, and as we get experience in Krishna consciousness, we can see if that person can be turned towards Krishna, if there is some piety in their life as well, and they can be actually turned into devotees of the Lord. So we extracted some opposite meanings in this verse, positive qualities for a devotee, and also how a devotee can safeguard against adopting these inauspicious qualities or even outright demonic qualities. And the key, again, is humility, pridelessness, and the absence of any arrogance. Also, we seemingly have reasons to be arrogant and proud, but this is all material, which is all coming from the ahankara, from the false ego. That if we are arrogant or pride is there, that is a false ego platform, because it relates to this material body. Okay, I think here we stop for tonight. Thank you very much, and we'll meet again on Saturday. Hare Krishna.